Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Game, and 70 Mountain Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Rain Checks. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Wait, doesn't that mean... I watched the two men closely, noticing their expressions change as they seem to be figuring out something out that I'm not quite grasping. How interesting. Yes, it would appear so. Rhou chuckles as he sits down on Javier's bed. I'm so lost, what does this mean? I stop and stare at the two men as things click in my head. Wait, the information was from the police station, and if we didn't delete it, then they must have. Correct, that is highly likely, although you're missing a small but crucial step. The local government mandates the release of information to us, but it's unclear whether the government requested the police to delete it or if the police did it on their own. Wonder what they're trying to hide. Wonder why they're trying to hide the contents of Day 2. If I remember correctly, it was the day the survivor allegedly came out to make some statements. What happened? Wouldn't we like to know? We're not sure what happened to them, or what kind of statements they made. Or what they truly look like. Sounds like this was a massive cover-up, but I don't understand why. Were they being protected or being silenced? Those are the same questions that I have, but we need more leads. Well, looks like you have some important phone calls to make, don't you? Javier expresses his annoyance with a shake of his head. Fine. You two get out of my room. I need to focus. Rhou gets up and pats me on the back, gesturing me towards the door. Please try to keep things clean. And don't even think about doing anything lewd. I'm serious. I just cleaned. Yeah. So, what's the plan now? How about some food? Wait. This is sexy music. I know what's going on here. Rhou makes his way to Javier's pantry, pulls out some bread and throws it in a nearby toaster. I look over and perch on a small bar stool situated just across the kitchen counter, observing Rhou as he ransacks Javier's kitchen. Are we allowed to just take food like that? What's he gonna do? It's just toast. He makes a good point. I don't think Javier would mind, right? Okay, I'll have a slice. Rhou gives me an approving grin and waits by the toaster as he stares back at Javier's room. Well, what do you think of Javier's place? Cozy enough for you? I think we're too big. I can barely fit on this stool. That's Javier for you. Hope it doesn't bother you too much, because he's most likely going to ask you to stay here with him. Oh? We need to keep an eye on you, and he's the most skeptical of you, so... I wouldn't mind. I'm actually kind of like talking to Javier. Rhou playfully laughs at me after giving me a look. You shouldn't say that. You should say that in front of him. What? Why? He'll freeze up with embarrassment. Oh, would he really? He doesn't seem like the type to be embarrassed. Wait. Now that I think about it, what even is Javier's type? I don't know much about him. Actually, could you tell me a bit about Javier? Interested in the fox? I roll my eyes at Rhu's playful jest. Not like that, I just realized I don't know much about Javier, or you for that matter. How did you guys come to join ARC? The toaster clicks and the wolf passes me a slice of toast as he devours his in a single bite. Personally, I don't know much about Javier either. Never cared to ask. Really? But you guys work together, right? He stays out of my business and I stay out of his. There's not much you probably don't already know. He mentioned to me before he's from Mexico. Yeah, that makes sense. I could pick up on his slight accent. Right, as for ARC, well... I joined a couple of years ago, a few months before the harbor fire. Javier was already working there for a couple of weeks before me. An account of all things. He was hired as an accountant at ARC? At least that's what people told me. What can he not do? Physical labor. He's pretty weak. Some kind of medical condition. Ah, right. He was struggling to carry the supplies from Dust earlier. And what about you? I was hired to do investigations, mainly field work. At some point we were short on help, and I needed someone to come along with me for a case. So our boss assigned Javier with me since he was the only one available. After seeing the results we brought back, we ended up officially working together for most investigations. Wow, and what did you guys do in that first investigation together? Someone died. We were hired because the client had strong suspicions of foul play. A damn fox surprised me. I had no idea he knew how to disable and reveal hidden cameras, made maneuvering around 1,000,000 times easier. In the end, it was because of Javier that we found out the real culprit. I wonder what Rhu's fieldwork was like before Javier joined him. Javier's bedroom door opens and peeks out just as I'm finishing my toast, his brow raised in curiosity. It's rude to talk behind people's backs, especially when you're a guest at their place. I was just asking about how you and Rhou first became investigation partners. Rhou was telling me about how you made things easier by disabling cameras and such. Well, yes, I suppose it did make things easier, but that was my intention of tagging along. Anyway, Rhou, I need you to call the department. My access was apparently revoked, and I don't know your details. Alright. Rhou and Javier swap places, with Javier digging around his cupboard. I see you and Rhou have invaded my pantry. Feeling a bit guilty, I nod back as he sighs, trying to maintain an innocent look. Do you want some water to wash down the bread you stole from me, or maybe some horchata? Ha! Just water should be fine. No, give me some horchata. I love horchata. He mumbles something to himself as he pours another cup for me. Javier takes out his phone and glances at it before looking out the window. I need to pick up something downstairs. I trust you won't tear down my entire apartment while I'm gone. I smile at Javier's remark, but my expression fades as I realize he's not joking. You can count on me. Good. He didn't mention how long he'd be gone, but I'm assuming he'll be back soon. I get up and decide to walk around the living room, the bookshelves catching my interest. I glean through his collection, reading whatever titles catch my eye. The Science of Social Engineering, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Quantum Physics for Dummies. I spend the next few moments seeing if there are any books that I recognize. Nope, looks like we have different tastes. Huh, well, what's this down here? I squat down just enough so I'm able to read the title from the spine. Don Quixote. The book seems to be badly damaged, but somehow it's still intact. Man, Javier sure likes to read. What do you think you're doing? I look over and see the fox dropping his package and rushing towards me, completely consumed with panic. I was just looking to see what kind of books you like to read. The fox wedges himself between me and the bookshelf, frantically checking the condition of the books. Sorry, I don't usually have visitors. If you're interested in reading something, please let me know and I'll get it for you. I didn't touch any of the books, if that's what you're wondering. My gaze follows Javier back to the package on the floor near the door. Do you need help with that? What is that? I don't need to tell you. But if you must know, I'd rather just show you. Javier opens it with his claws, pulling out one large and one smaller box from within. Here, it's heavy. He passes the smaller light box to me and puts away the larger one. I open it and pull out some bottles of chemicals packaged in plastic. This is anhydrine and methyl violet 10B? Am I saying that right? Yes, I ordered it to test for paw prints and such, since I was running out. I thought ARC would have those for you. We're a private investigation firm, not a forensics firm, although we do get subsidized for our own materials. What about the other box? What's that for? He brings a large box back into view, and I notice him shying away from it. It's a model airplane. That's cool. Does it fly? Some do, but not this one. How long have you been collecting these? The ones in my room. Almost 5 years now. Really? That's really neat. Maybe you could show some off later for me. Sure thing. I want to ask more, but Rhou suddenly appears, looking irritated. Javier, I'm done. Okay. Fox looks relieved that we've changed the topic and returns to his room. Please do not disturb me while I'm in my room. I need to concentrate. You two can use my lab room's laptop to print and review some investigation reports I've prepared. How long are you going to take? It may take until the investigation later this evening. Fine, and speaking of which, we should get there earlier than planned. I prefer if we could do our own search around first, without Lawrence. The fox rolls his eyes and waves dismissively at Rhou. Fine. So I guess we should read up on Javier's report then? Before that, I think we should give some equipment to better prepare yourself for tonight. The wolf's eyes fixate on the bookshelf, his paw gliding along the books as if he's looking for a specific one. Wait, Javier told me not to touch his bookshelf earlier. Rhou ignores me and continues browsing through his collection, clearly searching for something. There it is. He pulls out an inconspicuous book and flips it open to the middle of the book where it's been hollowed out with a small keycard inside. What the... Are all his books like this? There you go. Alrighty. Not just some. Probably why I didn't want you touching it on your own. Oh no, just some. Probably why I didn't want you touching it on your own. The wolf stares at the book cover and chuckles. How to be likable. Funny. He would hollow this out. Rhou takes the key and puts the book back, gesturing to the closet by the entrance. I follow him and he reveals a small safe behind a curtain of clothes. There's a small click as he opens the safe with the keycard and he pulls out a small black pouch. Here. What's this? I take the pouch from Rhu's paw and notice a unique conjoined circular container inside. Are these contacts? Oh, do these have some kind of microscopic chip inside that lets me see through walls or something? Ha! No, nothing that high-tech, I'm afraid. These help stabilize light, meaning dark things appear brighter and bright things appear darker. You should also be resistant to being blinded by light. But these won't help if you decide to stare at the sun. Do you guys also have these on? No. They are uncomfortable after a while. I figured you might benefit from it since your night vision is better than ours. Thanks, I'll try these on later. Fair enough. The wolf walks towards the Javier's lab, patting me on the shoulder as he passes me. Let's go over Javier's report. It might take a while. Wait, how long is the report? Usually, 30 pages. You're joking. I wish I was, but it's insightful and I respect him enough to read all of it. Wait here, I'll print it out for us. 30 pages can't be that bad, right? After a short wait, Rhou comes back out with 2 stacks of papers in each of his paws. There's no way that's 30 pages. He hands me a stack, then lounges on the sofa. 49 this time. I take a seat by the counter again, flipping through each of the pages. Jeez, how does Javier find time to document things? There's even an appendix. I better hunker down and try to absorb as much of this as I can. I need to stay informed. Huh. That was the last page. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Most of the pages were filled with charts and figures. There's even a section about me, albeit short. I get up to stretch, my back aching from hunching over. My eyes strain at the clock hung across the room. 7 already? Just how long was I reading for? And when did it get so dark and quiet? I turn around and notice Rhou laying still on the sofa, with some pages covering his face and one of his paws suspiciously in his pants. Rhou? Yes? The wolf slowly rises, papers falling to the floor as he gets up. Oh, I thought you were asleep. No. Just resting my eyes. Did you finish reading the report? Yeah, I did. What did you think? Javier sure has a way with words. Some of the sections flew over my head. And I was surprised he wrote a section about me. The fox is crazy with documentation. Did you read it? I skimmed through it. Seemed like stuff I already knew. I nod back slowly, still trying to process what I had just read. So, according to the report, there's someone that survived the harbor fire years ago, and we're trying to find them as a potential lead. This person is somehow related to Cypress and even potentially Blackout now. Yes, and it just so happens that Blackout was targeting you and Monty. There may be a lead there if we fail to find our guy. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!